Welcome to this new series. I had the honour and privilege of spending a weekend at the British Superbike Championships at Thruxton, and I was hosted by True Heroes Racing. Now, I was able to do a series of interviews with all the team members, or most of the team members, and got a real insight into a team that is totally different from any other team in the paddock. I hope you enjoy this series of interviews that I've done and that you'll come on board and support the team. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss when a new episode drops. So this is the True Heroes Racing setup. So they've got the main Arctic there with the garage awning, and as you come to the side you've got the shop, which is crucial. Then you've got the smaller truck that's got the stores in, and as you come down the side you can look into the side of the garage where they keep all the tyres, and then you come into the hospitality area, and the hospitality area is crucial for the whole team. It's where they come to eat and meet up, and the team ethos is more than just a race team. Well, I'm still here at the BSB at Thruxton, and I've got another guest, and so we're going to have a chat with Stu. So Stu, welcome.
Thank you.
Stu, tell us a little bit about your background. You was in the Navy for a while. What was your job in the Navy?
Yeah, so I was in the Navy for 30 years. I was a weapon engineer, so I worked on a 4.5-inch gun on the frigates and destroyers.
Oh, brilliant. So you make things go bang.
Yeah.
And obviously must have travelled all over the world in that.
Yeah, well, I've done quite a few trips down to the Falklands and Africa, places like that. Never been all the way around the world, unfortunately. But
you never got on a round the world cruise?
No, I wasn't that fortunate. But yeah, just Atlantic trips mainly.
Yeah, across the pond.
Yeah.
And convoys.
Yeah.
Convoy duty. North Atlantic, middle winter. Love it. So, what got you into motorbikes?
I've always been ever since I was a kid. I always wanted a motorbike, like to ride around the fields in, but I was never allowed one. So then, as soon as I turned 16, I got my provisional license, and then ended up getting insured on my brother's moped, which lasted 3 days before I stacked it into the side of the car, and then got another bike, and basically I've had bikes ever since I was 16, and I'm 52 now, so I've been riding for a long time.
Just a boy.
Yeah. And then started getting into track days around about 2008, 2009, and then really enjoyed doing track days, but found that I wanted to sort of take the next step. So then did my ACU license in 2014, I think it was, with No Limits Racing, and then realised that the Navy had a motorbike racing team, and I was still serving at the time, so that I then well, actually I just left the Navy, but I went into the reserves, like as a Royal Navy Reserve, and found out the Navy had a race team, so then I started with them in 2015 with Charlie, one of the riders in the British Supersport Championship, and then basically did a few years with the Navy team, and then when I left the Navy I obviously couldn't race for the team anymore, and then had a bit of a break from racing, and then I found out that I could help out in True Heroes, so I then started helping Charlie, my previous teammate, out, working on his bike last year, and then this season started riding with True Heroes as an associate rider in club level with North Gloucester Race Club on a Suzuki GSX-R 1000, and still doing that at the moment.
Brilliant. So what do you get from working with the team? With True Heroes Racing, do you turn up at most of the races?
Yeah, I try and do as many rounds as possible, but obviously because I'm a civvy now and I have a job, proper job if you like, it's hard getting time off to come away. But on the weekends I come to every meeting that I can make, because I have to obviously work it out around family things like holidays and things like that. But I try and do as many rounds as possible, and then stay for the weekend, help out where I can. If I can't help out on Charlie's bike, then I get involved doing other things.
Because I guess with the team there's a lot of different sort of moving parts and lots of other stuff that needs doing other than the bikes.
Yeah, well, I mean,
what do you also get involved with?
Well, obviously we've got a hospitality unit, so we help out, like washing up the plates after everyone's eating, and setting things up, and welcoming guests into the awning, things like that. And then obviously at the end of the weekend we have to pack everything away, which is a big task, because there's so much kit to pack away, so that takes a fair bit of time.
Yeah, and what sort of time does that finish up on a Sunday evening?
Normally after the racing's finished. I mean, it depends obviously when the last race is for our riders, but normally we don't get away till at least 7 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, it's not too bad then.
No.
It's
But
not
then,
like sort of midnight.
Oh no, it's not as late as that. But then people are all over the country, so like for me, like Cadwell Park is like 5 hours away. So other people, they have long journeys to do after they've packed up. So it depends where you are.
And do you normally get a day off and a Monday off?
No, because I'm a civvy, I have to obviously, if I want to take time off, I have to put leave in.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, I try not to use leave, unless I have to, because it's only a limited amount of leave I get. When I was serving, because I was racing for the military, and doing the inter-services, it's classed as being on duty. So any time like that is actually classed as working.
Yeah.
But it's totally different when you're in a civvy job.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I mean, from your perspective, you're getting quite a lot from the team.
Yeah, I feel really proud to wear the True Heroes tops, and that is, I think what the team do for all the riders is amazing. We've got wounded, injured and sick riders, and it's just nice to be able to see them getting on the bike. We have a single leg amputee that races in club level with us, and he's helped out by Dave McKay as his mentor, and it's just lovely to see people with disabilities that are getting on the bike, and it's good for their mental health and their physical health.
Yeah, and it just shows that there are no limits to what people can do.
Exactly, yeah. I think if you put your mind to it, there's technology now, there's ways that you can, if you're missing a foot, for example, and you can't change gear, then, or you can't use your brakes, then you can have a thumb mounted brake on the handlebar. So there's ways that you can still ride a bike.
Working out ways of adapting to people's disabilities. And and for this team it's different to all the other teams in the paddock. That this one's focus isn't so much on the actual racing, it's more focused on the personnel that's coming along and how they can be helped to improve their lives. And
with True Heroes as well, it's all volunteers that help out. A lot of in the BSB paddock, they're big money teams, and that is their job. They are employed by the race teams, whereas True Heroes is all ex-military that have got a shared passion for motorcycles and motorsport, and they all muck in together, and it's all purely voluntary.
And you've got that military ethos that is still there. Yeah,
and obviously there's a lot of banter, which is a good part of it. So
I had noticed.
There's, we're all a tri-service organisation, if you like. So we're always taking the mickey out of one another. The Army and the Navy and the RAF.
Yeah. Particularly the RAF.
Particularly the RAF.
Well, Stu, thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks. Pleasure talking to you.
And you.
Cheers.